All right, trying to see if we can get started here. I don't know. There we go. There's my picture. Eek, yikes. Um, Let me know if there's any issues. It's been a minute, so I want to make sure that I've got everything taken care of here. All right. Just let me know. Let me know if I'm there. Let's see. Get the start page. There it is. Let's see here. Okay. Muted. Am I still really? Okay. Am I up now? All right. All right. Oh man. Yeah, this is rough getting I'm using Restream now. Makes things a little bit different and a little complex for me. So, sorry about the struggle with it. Just yeah. Okay, we're getting stuff. Getting the chat stuff going in. That's good. Um Man, I wish I could see this all better. It's really having other issues though. Um all right. So, okay. Welcome. uh, Welcome. My goodness. Yeah, it has been a while. I know. I did the Teoscar thing, of course. That I did that from my phone in my car. But let's get this officially started. Okay, I'm gonna hit start on the records. Believe it or not. All right, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the universe you may be. Welcome to the Blue Madness Podcast, a production of Dodgers 2080. This is Tim Rogers, and we are here to talk about the 2024 World Series champions as we enter the golden era of Dodgers baseball. So we'll go straight into the chat. So good to hear you. Good to see my guys Mike and Showtime, my moderators. Got some subscribers in there. Dodger Blue 82, Craig Osterberg. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Gabba 100. Yeah, it's good to be it's good to be back. um, but it was great. I had my son was here, so that was and his girlfriend. So that was worth it. That was worth it. The show doesn't go on with that. Still never got my kid on the show though. Still want to do that because I think he'd be really good. Showtime LA right off the top. He wants Tanner Scott, Rookie Sasaki, and Hassan Kim. I am right there on those. Um, and if it was Whitman mentioned it, but I mentioned it 2-3 weeks ago when I talked about the bullpen. Kirby Yates, that's a real option too. I'd prefer Tanner Scott. We know though that that's going to be expensive. Allegedly, the Braves are in on him, so we'll see about all that stuff. Um, but I'm all in on those options because well, Tanner Scott, duh, right? Roki, duh. HSK, Hassan Kim, we talked about that. I did a thing on his on It's Not My Money. Um, what's it called? It's Not My Money series. Um, and so I'm in on it. Why not? He provides, he might not even be available till June or July, and that's okay. It gives the Dodgers their time to do the Mookie thing. I know they want to do the Mookie thing. This is you just it's not going to be it's not going to be something that is going to just go away. I think Mookie has something to prove. Um, I don't know, whatever, right? He used Mookie Betts. Maybe a little preferential treatment for the star. Whatever. What's going to matter though is how things go in October. My concern with Mookie at short, said earlier, is he's going to wear out. Um, and so I like the idea of Hassan Kim. We shall see. Yeah, that update. I saw that update. That was from like a someone else. That wasn't. I don't think that was a a source that I don't go with one source on those. I'm going to be pessimistic with injuries. I know people like to be optimistic, but when it comes to the Dodgers, you have to be pessimistic, pessimistic with the injuries. They break. People come to the Dodgers, they break. They stay injured. First, it's a hangnail, and then it's Tommy John surgery 2 weeks after that. So yeah, let's see. Um, so yeah, I like the idea of Hassan Kim. Gives them time to do the Mookie thing. Um, who knows? We still, right now it's Gavin Lux at second, Mookie Betts at short. I just don't think the season ends that way. I just don't. We'll see. Right now, of course, we have Teo. I'm expecting him to be in right field. That's what my hope is. With Conforto in left, and with and right now it's I guess Edmund in center. But that brings up Andy Paez. Where does he play? He earned some playing time. Um, right now, one of the guys on the cover of this thing is James Outman. We'll be honest here. Two things of honesty. One is I'm a huge fan of James Outman. Second of all, he didn't do anything to earn a shot in 2025. He needs to go prove himself. So he needs to go prove himself again. Same with Bobby Miller. Let's see. Showtime. He likes Peyton Martin and Peter Hubeck. I do too. I think Ferris and our number is easy number one for me right now, and I'd like to see Bruns be part of that, but we don't know what's wrong with him. Let's see. Will the Dodgers wait until they get Roku before making any trades? No, that won't stop them. I do think though that if they don't get Roki or Roku, if they don't get Roki, that maybe they go fishing for another alternative in the rotation. You can never have enough pitching. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. That we have enough pitching. Well, if someone like Bobby Miller gets it going, that would be great. Let's see. I don't buy the HSK ready in May. That'd be nice though. And if he is, I want him more. Happy New Year to you, Austin. Also, thank you. God bless. Mike Salas, we need his offense more than proving he can be a shortstop. His bat is going to suffer playing one of the hardest positions. Concur. Showtime says statistically our injuries are due to regress to the mean, which means less. However, the Dodgers they go for the riskier guys, so I don't buy that 100%. Infinite Dodger in the house. Thank you for coming by. You want Pages playing every single day if a lefty is on the mound? I agree. Yeah. I would see them having him platoon with Conforto. I could also see a lot of shuffling going around. If Tommy Edman plays 150 games in center field, something went wrong. He needs to be all over the place. Now I don't know what they're gonna do with Taylor. I really don't. I do think Kike's coming back. I just do. I could be wrong. I've been wrong plenty, but I see, if Kike comes back, I see him playing a lot of third base against lefties. I could see Edman going into second base against righties, or against lefties. Sorry, against lefties, with Pages going in center. Does that make sense? And then a guy like Outman, he's got to find his way. He's got to find his way. He again, big fan. Friend of the show, really a good friend of the show. But he's got to earn it, and he knows that. We know that he knows that. Let's see. Rotate Pies around to keep other outfielders fresh. Yeah, I'm with that too. Don't Teo's 32, gonna be 33, whatever. Conforto's getting a little age on him. Make sure Pages should play a lot of games. For sure. He needs to be the number one outfield option whenever there's that. Freeland, he doesn't need a shot yet. He's not ready. If you think Freeland's ready, that'll be, we'll see. He will get an invite for sure, but I don't see him ready. He didn't do near enough in OKC and in Tulsa to prove that he's ready yet. But maybe later in 2025. Carlos Garcia's in the house. And that's the same with Rushing. Rushing's going to go back. They say he's going to do some catching, which is good. We have to start thinking about what how they're going to get Rushing at bats. I think Rushing's still the one that I'm most excited about. Um, in terms of, I think there's legit all star type capability in the bat. Um, let's see. Talk about Gabo 100. I don't think many people realize he got married and had his first kid last year. That's a lot, especially the pressure to win. Outman resurgence here. Let's hope so. How I really hope James Outman has a great bounce back. Um, let's see. Let's see. How about Dalton Rushing is ready? No, I don't think he's ready, but he's gonna be. I think him and Freeland are gonna debut in 2025. Same draft, by the way. Same draft, 2022 draft. That might be a very good draft. Don't sleep on Sean McClain. Don't sleep on Sean McClain. He had some injuries. He's a really good defensive player. He gets the bat going. He's one of the best defensive players in the system. Infinite Dodger says, I think shortstop prospects like Freeland often get rushed up to big leagues just because of how the offensive bar for a shortstop is for a decent defense. And we see some nice red things when it comes to Freeland. Um, I know that what's that guy, TJ, whatever, has thrown that stuff out. Um, but it's all offense. It's not defense. So we haven't seen that yet. Spring training is where you win a job, and if you go back to AAA, very true. Yeah, you get yourself set up. I mean, Outman flat out won the job in 2023. Pages made a point in 2024. Let's see. I don't think Rushing is ready yet. They have to, first of all, they have to figure out where he's going to play. It's not going to be left field starting yet. Now, if someone gets hurt, which we know is definitely likely to happen. No, he's not playing outfield yet. They are saying he's going to be playing catcher also. So that's good. We need him. I think that adds a lot of balance. And if he can do what he needs to do, maybe people will get their dream come true about getting rid of Austin Barnes. I'm not a fan of dumping Austin Barnes, but I get the sentiment. And Dalton Rushing might make the team a lot better if he's getting in there and gets some at bats. I mean, let's be honest. Will Smith, man, the dude has his moments, but he definitely wears down. Catcher's a beast, man. If you've caught, I only did it 1 year because I'm a lefty. Man, it beats the crap out of you. It really does. Um, and then I've witnessed that with kids I've coached. Yeah, everyone's OKC is a hitter's paradise. I'm just gonna wait, wait, wait for him to develop. So anyone like a Rushing or a Freeland or even now an Outman, they need to earn it. They need to earn it. Now, if they make their way through, that's great. But there's no way you go into spring training and go, Dalton Rushing is going to play all the time. You make them earn it. I think that's the one things you do. Let's see. Maybe the bat is. We'll see. We'll see. If you're taking OKC numbers, be careful. Be careful. But I like Rushing's profile, and I think the bat is definitely ahead. If they obviously wanted to look at him. That's why they put him in left field. And left field adds the versatility. Some of you recall I've been advocating for the last 2 or 3 years to put Rushing at third base. 2 years. Can't be 3. I've been advocating put him at third base. And I would still advocate for doing that. That might be his quickest way in. But you never know. Might get the other Japanese guy too. Let's see. Yeah, Rushing has played more first base in the outfield. I think though that because he played all that last month at in the outfield, so he's at least fresher. But he's played a lot more first base. I mean, he played that a lot at Rancho. So I would see that. I think, like I said, I think he has the talent to play third. At least I would try it. Let's see what do we got here. Let's go to LSU in the house. Yeah, I see Infinite Dodger and Showtime LA. They didn't go they so there was some, I think it was Infinite Dodger actually put it out there um about a trade with the White Sox to get Luis Robert, which would be great. Um let's see. And then Benji's, how you doing? Tanner Scott, Luis Robert, Roki, which of these moves do you think is likely? I think the most likely is Roki Sasaki. That's a little optimistic, but I think that's the most likely move. Infinite Dodger back to Freeland. Great arm, totally fine defense, big power, just a little too much swing and miss in the zone. Yeah, I just haven't seen. There's no advanced metrics on Freeland on defense, so I'd like to see that. Now it's all eye test. So until I see some of that, but you're not going to get that till he's in the majors. So this is one of those things where I do trust the Dodgers. Well, then I trust the Dodgers more, a lot with these things. Yeah. Showtime LA, where is he going to play? Where do you play Dalton Rushing? You can talk all you want about the bat, but if there's not a place for him to play. Now, again, if he earns it in spring training, which is what I want guys like Dalton Rushing and Alex Freeland, James Outman, Bobby Miller, even Gavin Lux, Andy Paez, I want them to make these decisions really difficult for the Dodgers. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Yeah, LSU, I agree about Dave Roberts. He will become the highest paid manager in baseball, and guess what? He truly has earned it. I've had plenty of disagreements about how Dave Roberts has run some things. And I think most of us have. But the honest truth is what they did this year was amazing. So, Jeff Snyder talks about it. He goes, you know what? With baseball decisions, it's with any decisions, it's between 45 to 55% that there's a chance that's going to work things out. Either way. And he's probably right. So if we go, oh gosh, if Doc would have pulled this guy earlier, it doesn't mean the next guy was going to do any better. It just means, well, we just think there's a better option. So I think that with that, at the end of the day, what Dave has done, and it's clear, okay. The players love him. They want to play for him. They have a ton of respect for him. They really do. So, Dave Roberts, Dodger manager, really until until he doesn't want to be. That's what's going to happen. So people and most people I think there's like a very few people that are still going, oh, we got to get rid of Dave Roberts. I don't see that anymore, which is good. I don't think there's any doubt. Bruce Bochy is still, in my opinion, the best manager in baseball. But Dave Roberts he learned from Bochy. Remember that. He's learned a lot from Bochy. Basically been mentored by him. So that's there you go. He's learned from the best, and I definitely appreciate that. Now to go, all right, well, no, Dave Roberts deserves to get whatever he can get, and he will be the manager with the Dodgers for a long time. Fortunately, the manager's salary does not come out of the salary cap. So, what do they say that what's his name gets? Council, was it 5 years, 40 million? Start there. Start there. Mike says, I think Edgardo could use one more year in the minors to work on his control. I have him replacing Gratterall in 2026. Well, Gratterall, we're not even going to have him. I don't even think we're going to have him in 2025. It's shoulder surgery. Yeah. Backup catcher Barnes can get booted to Madagascar. Yeah, but still not enough time. That's not enough playing time for Rushing. He's a left-handed bat, and Conforto's a left-handed bat. When they got Conforto, sorry, I do it. It slips out. When they got Conforto, to me, that was the end of the Rushing, getting a chance to be in the lineup. Now, if an injury happens, if Smith goes down, heaven forbid, Smith goes down for a long period of time, Dalton Rushing will be the full-time catcher with help from Austin Barnes. You know what? I gotta give Will Smith a lot of credit. In 2020, he did not do the best of jobs behind the plate during the playoffs. It got so bad they had to catch Barnes to finish the World Series. You notice in the playoffs this year, the only time that Austin Barnes played was Will Smith got nicked up. So Barnes played I think a total of 2 defensive innings. He didn't even play in the World Series. And you look at how that pitching staff worked. Man, we got to give some credit to Will Smith there. The dude worked it. Now, if Bruce Star's back, it'll be July. Now, I'm just being honest. These injury shoulder surgeries are terrible. If he plays at all in 2025, I'll be happy, especially if he's ready for October, because that's what I want. I'm just telling you what it is. Y'all can you can notice these are not rose-colored glasses. Let's see. I agree with you, LSU. But Barnes isn't going anywhere right now. They're gonna find a way for him to get 10 years. The Dodgers admire that. They respect it. They honor it. So I think they're going to work in on his 10 years. And especially, Kershaw coming back and blah, 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 blah. Barnes is an important part of the team. No matter what y'all may think, he's an important part of the team. He is the team captain at the end of the day. Diego Cartaya could be the cheap pre-arb backup in 26. Stock has fallen to the point. Yeah, Hep C. Stock has fallen to the point where a backup role wouldn't be doing him dirty. Can't be worse than Barnes. Well, I don't know. Barnesy brings. He's a coach on the field, but let's be honest. Austin Barnes would struggle throwing some of us out. His arms really. He used to have a decent arm. Then in 2028 or 2018 in spring training, he had something wrong with his arm, and it seems like it never came back. Right. So, hepatitis C, yep. Rushing still got a bright future. His prospect status is really high. Therefore, I don't believe he will be a backup platoon guy with Smith. Too talented, Cartaya could settle for the backup spot. I agree. That's what they're going to do. But, Smith goes down, Rushing's in. And they also, at the same time, we can't play this Michael Bush thing with Dalton Rushing. It's getting to the point. I think this is the year, not the offseason, but this is the year for 2025. Play him or trade him. If he's not somebody that's going to be on the roster by 2025 and maybe even being an October person, you might as well move him. But they didn't want to trade him for Crochet, which I get. Yeah, Barnesy was all right. Craig, you're having problems, man. Man, you all this, all your retractions and stuff. What are you up to, man? Yeah, what's up with Craig? Man, I'm trying to read through this, and you're trying to write a paragraph when you hit and return every time. Man, you must check your caps lock, my man. Check your caps lock, Craig. Something's going on there. You got some key that's locking up on you. Yep. Okay, from Hep. This is where okay. Brandon Gomes made comments saying Rushing's bread and butter is playing catcher. To me, that sounds like the outfield experiment isn't really an option. Talented, but that comment says he's bait. Ooh, I think they do both. So I would still not be surprised if we see him in the outfield. But catching, I agree, catching is his bread and butter. Thing is now in AAA, all right, Cartaya, Fiducia, and Rushing. Someone's got to go. They're bunching up too high now. They're bunching up way too high. So I think Fiducia would be the guy that would go. I like the idea of, and it was a good point. Trading, there was someone, I think it was Infinite Dodger, put out there as a trade for Robert. It consists of Lux, Outman, Fiducia, and Knack or something like that. He would let's see. The retort was, all those guys are too old, and that is true. See, Mike says they need to trade Ryan Ward, just as good at bat as Rushing and above average outfielder. But you know what? I'm gonna be honest about Ryan Ward. He was available in the Rule 5, and no one took him. So I don't think he's is held as in high regard as some of us do. Drew Evans, they got traded. He was a free agent, and he was a minor league free agent and left. Let's see, Young E, hello. Rushing could be debuting as backup catcher in 2025 or left fielder 26 after Conforto leaves. Who knows? Yeah. Well, and I think Showtime made a good point about the trade bait thing. He would have been traded for Crochet if he was bait. I think there was more to that. I think the whole Crochet of, I don't want to pitch in the playoffs unless I get paid. I think there was something to that. Maybe they soured on Crochet a little bit, going, really? You know what I mean? So I think there was a little bit more than that. I mean, let's be honest. If it was Scooble, here's Dalton Rushing and Josue DePaula and Zaire Hope. That's what it would have happened. But Scooble, which a lot of guys really wanted, been after him for a couple of years on this channel. And but now the Tigers are good. Or good enough. They're good enough to compete in that crappy division. Why is it the NL and AL Central are both so bad? Why is that? I don't know. But they are. And it'll be interesting to see if those divisions actually can put people in the World Series on a consistent basis. I mean, we have the East and West and the National League pretty much dominating. When's the last time a Central team went into the World Series? It's been a minute. Yeah. I would say the overall, Mike, that Rushing he's got those extra things like the good eye and things like that are going to pay off with Rushing. I just think the Dodgers see Rushing as a big league player, and they don't see it with Ward. Hey, Aaron Edick, how you doing? And it's one of those things where we've seen that with the minor leaguers. I mean, Cody Hosey didn't get a chance. Um, I can't even remember the guy that was the third baseman that didn't get a chance all of a sudden. Cubs and Royal. Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? Been a while. Yeah. So I am a subscriber. I do this Patreon. So Hepatitis Sealer says, Tim, do you see a guy named Thomas Nastico? Yes. I think it's like TJ Notes or something like that. One of the analytics guys with Savant Cards made a Savant program for minor leaguers. Yeah, I have that. I do have that, and I just haven't had time to get it. Um, and I'm looking forward to digging into those a bit more. They need to work on the queries a little bit, but I'm really happy that they have that. And I need to, and I've seen Freeland's card, I've seen Rushing's card. I'll do that sometime where I'll get those get those, and we'll do presentations on that when we do more deep dives. Let's see. John Hendricks in the house. Love the spelling. Love the spelling. Happy New Year for sure. How about a package of CT3, Outman, Miller, Robleski, and Grove for Hensley or Heisley? I keep saying Hensley. Helsley and Arenado. Lux would have to go in that trade too. Yeah, Rushing did have a lot of red, absolutely. So Freeland had a pretty decent amount of red also. Not as much as Rushing though. But we can put that out. I don't know how much, because I do subscribe, and so I don't know how much um, he wants to be giving away. I'll contact him and see if I can what I can use. But yeah, I'm glad to see those types of things. We're hoping for some more defense. Oh gosh, yeah, I did that Gabo 100. Yep. But yeah, Showtime LA says my dad texted me the other day. How many goats do we have to sacrifice for 180 innings from Glasnow and Otani? And that's each, right? That's each. Not combined. We need each on that. Each and but I just as long as they're ready for October, I don't care. I think that was the biggest letdown with Glasnow was just not him not being ready for October. It's great that they still won it, but if you look at all the things about that, um, it was a thing that really was a gut punch to the team where Dave Roberts actually had a team meeting, and that's where he called out Walker and things like that. So Halashiva talks about Noah Miller. Yeah, he's a great defensive player. Just gotta get something going on with the bat. Some guys it comes. You never know. Okay, yep. Yeah, Youngie. Yep, Muncy will be a free agent after 2026 or after 2025, right? And Murakami will be available. And so we just got to make sure that he's going to be a good enough third baseman. Some of that's work. Let's see. Oh, what have the Dodgers done on the Nad Snell? That's a big deal. Yeah, they got Conforto, Trinan, Teo. They're in on. They've talked about, of course, Roki Sasaki, Tanner Ward's in the mix. Robert, Luis Robert Jr., Hassan Kim. Those are guys that are out there. Yeah. Expect Muncy to go into MLB management. That'll be interesting. I wonder what his role would be. Just yeah. But he's working hard. He worked really hard last offseason, lost 15 pounds, was playing some really good third base. I was really concerned about him coming back from that injury, that he would lose a lot. But he played some good defense, didn't he? So that's good. Yep, Freeland's card showed he doesn't chase and has a good average exit velocity. Yeah. Happy New Year, John. Yeah. Yeah, New Year 2025. My gosh. And what I'm looking forward to from a Dodger perspective. Um Remember last year they did some damage in January. right? They signed Teo to a 1-year contract. They signed Paxton. Now Paxton, oh, he was terrible. No, Paxton did. He earned a ring. He burnt some innings. Not pretty things. I mean, boy, his control wasn't that good. Let's see. Let's see if the Dodgers can win a championship while dominating the NL West standings this year. Most of the roster staying healthy. Boy, put it this way: if the roster stays healthy the whole year, they dominate and they win the championship. that's that's just my opinion. In terms of winning it all, I don't care how they win it all. For me, yeah. Oh. Mike, is that that's the new kid popping up, and is he a two-way? Mike, Hiroto Takahashi. Let's see. Okay, so Showtime. Good question. Good thing. You really want Scott, but this does feel similar to the Josh Hader situation a year ago, and the Dodgers were in on Hader. I wonder, given we're out of no Bruzdar for a bit. We're out on Huddy's gone. Evan Phillips was uneven. Blake Trinan is 36, 37 years old. Edgardo Enriquez, it just needs, he has to have some better command, for sure. So I can see them going for another piece. Now they still have Kopech. It's only for a year. He's a free agent after that. We'll see what happens with that. He wants to be a starter. He might get that chance. It's good to see Arenado going to Camelback. Good. Honeywell, I think, will be back. I think he signs a minor league contract with the Dodgers. Who do you think has a higher ceiling, Skeens or Sasaki? I'm going to go with Skeens. But who knows? My concern for Skeens and Sasaki, well, any of these pitchers is injuries. I just don't know anymore. There's the epidemic out there. And if I follow the pain guy. If you follow the pain guy, he's like all over these guys. They're doing stuff that, in his opinion, that is not healthy. Yeah, hepatitis. Yeah, you're not worried about the pen. Won't be mad if they don't get Scott every year. They find guys something up. Yeah, that's true. And Sheehan might. Well, let's throw Dustin May in that mix. And then let's throw Emmett Sheehan in that mix mid-season. Maybe Bobby Miller. All of a sudden, that's a lot of heat. Ooh. See, Mike Salas has dug into these guys for quite a while. And he says Sasaki relied on the stickiness and different seams of an NPB ball. Sasaki will need to make adjustments with his spin. And the Dodgers are the right team to do that, for sure. But he has to choose it. This is all up to Sasaki. He has to make a decision. I think he's really high if he goes with any team but the Dodgers. I'm just saying. Yeah, Skeens for sure. He has two variations of slider. They're crazy. Yeah, I mean, it seems like right now, I thought Sasaki's still more maybe 2+ pitches. Yeah, I mean the talents. Talents are there. It's what do you do with it? How coachable are you? Those are things that are out there for anybody. Coachability is a big thing. Javier Mora, so the Padres didn't get a Sasaki meeting. I think they did. No, the Madres, correct. Sorry about the mispronunciation. Yeah, Madres. I think they did. Um, Padres, though, they have not done anything. It's amazing. Now they have money issues. They put themselves. Yeah, I thought they got one too. They put themselves in a bad bind with. To be honest, with they did not need to extend Darvish when they did. He would have been a free agent after 18, 19, 20. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. He would have been a free agent after 2023. Instead, they got real aggressive and signed him to this contract that pays him until he's like 42 years old. And then they got the Cronenworth thing, 7 years, 80 million for a decent player. He's an average to above average. The fact he made an All-Star team is a joke. Um, and then, of course, the big one was Bogarts. And then, I didn't disagree with it at the time, but that contract for Manny, boy, they didn't need to do that. They did that a year early. They had another year before he could opt out. And if they would have waited another year, he would have not even opted out. So instead of another 5 years of 150 million, they're stuck with like another 9 years at well over 300 million, something crazy like that. I mean, geez. Ooh. Hepatitis C later says, I think Sasaki looks to the Padres' use a move, which was signing Mike Brosseau, second to last out 2020 World Series, and says, I'm sold. Let's see. Okay, LSU is going to be Dodgers versus Diamondbacks, spring training, cool. Showtime LA, right here. I'm with you. I can't wait to see Hope and JDP and Great Lakes going to the home opener. Very good. Pictures, please. You're going to the Angels and Giants on the 28th and 1st. Very cool. Aeronautic. Very good. Mike says, I want him to excel, but if he doesn't live up to the expectation of the Dodgers fan base, they will crucify him. Look at what they did to Yamamoto this year. Yeah, he Yamamoto had a really good year. If he didn't pitch against the Padres during the regular season, he would have been amazing. But but still, with the Dodgers, dude, you talk about crucify. If Padre fan base doesn't know ball that well, still. And our media is not that rough. Padre media is not that rough. Padre fans are going to be rougher on Sasaki, I think, than us. I think we do need to temper the expectations of the guy. Jeez. Yamamoto is much more polished coming through. Yeah. So currently, 4 Dodgers starting pitchers have more than 5 years of contract, and if Sasaki joins rotation, will be 5. How will the Dodgers prospects Stone, Ryan, Hurt, Emmett, Frasso will crack the Dodgers rotation? Well, first of all, they need to be healthy. All those guys are hurt. Frasso's coming back, fortunately. That's another guy to consider for the bullpen and the rotation. Looking for that. Yeah, Mike says Sasaki is talented. Who will need time to adjust? I completely agree with that. And he's only had one year, which he's pitched more than 100 innings. Let's see. If Sasaki wants to give 6 years of cheap labor to a team that is cheaping out the Dodgers will just teach him a lesson for the next 6 years. That's true. Yeah, the Dodger media is tame. Super tame. You have Bill Plaschke, and Dylan Hernandez, and they're still tame. Yeah. See, I gotta get me some. I need to get me home opener tickets. I haven't done that yet. Dodger like to crucify trash cans like Biggio. They weren't even that bad to Biggio. Yeah. Let's see. Predict D-backs will finish 2025 in second place in our division. I thought that last year too, and they didn't. Um, yeah, so Mike's saying this is a really good point. He's never finished a full season in the NPB. So you get Sasaki fits perfectly with the Dodgers. Many reasons. The biggest, we don't have to have him all year. We don't. The Padres must. They're without Musgrove. They're probably going to trade someone, either Dylan Cease. Yeah, but that's just Plashke. That's what he does. He does that. Yeah, Jock, he did all right, didn't he? Got a nice 2-year contract there from Texas with another option for 2027. Looked like he might have lost a little weight too in the press conference. Plashke has probably never seen Dalton Rushing play in his life. So, yep. Dodgers media is soft. Yeah, this isn't New York or the Lakers. I don't even know about the Lakers anymore. They're just bored me to tears. Even though I guess they made a nice trade. I'm so out of it with basketball. So every single year they lost in the playoffs, there was always Friedman, Kershaw protection articles. Yeah, I think the podcasts were harder, which is fine. But it was well deserved. Yeah, we saw about Corbin Burns. That was a good move for them. Good for him. He made a decision to be close to his family year round. Good for him. Oh, Nando, what's up? Yeah, I'm so glad Christian Walker's out too. Yeah, for sure. So let's talk a little bit now. I want to talk just a bit. I want to do this first. All right. I want to talk about James Outman and Bobby Miller. All right. 2 huge disappointments last year. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But, there's still talent there. And some of it is like, hey, I think there's 2 different things. I think Outman has a swing that has to be checked and adjusted periodically. He talked about he used to have a caveman swing. And so he's not a, quote, natural baseball player. Dude played football. He's an extremely good athlete. But he lost his swing last year. And Bobby Miller, it seems to me, they don't go out and talk to him quick enough. He just seems to head down a pathway. Now, some of that is going to be maturity, right? He's going to have to learn to deal with those types of things. Let's check on... Oof. We're going to go to Savant. I'm doing it. Oh, Lord. So he was one of the worst pitchers in baseball in 2024. Look at 2023, though. 11-4, 3.76 ERA, 124 innings, 119 strikeouts, 1.1 whip. He was pretty darn good. Now, you would think, though, with his fastball, that velocity would mean more strikeouts. But there's some straightness to that thing. Thing needs to move a little bit more, it sounds like. But good Lord, he was so bad. But the fastball velocity, ground ball percentage, and extension were all he had. Oh, man. I'd love to... I want his 20... Can I get 2024? Oh, there's 2023. Stop. Let me get to 2023. See if I can get there. Okay. 2023. Look at him. Holy smokes. This guy was a really good pitcher. And he had he had a good first start against the Cardinals. Just fell apart. So, and I know every year he has these little shoulder injuries. I talked to him briefly after his start with Rancho, and, he had same thing from 2023. Remember he started late? Same thing. So looking at 2023, I can't give up on this guy. I just can't give up on this guy. I mean, it's a lot of red. And you go, oh, well, too bad they didn't trade him, back then. But, who would have thought that Bobby Miller was going to have an 8.52 ERA? Really? Um, but the chase and whiff and K percent was lower. Those are the times those are the things that were lower for him. I just think it's really interesting. And then let's take a quick look at friend of the show, James. And hey, Bobby Miller's friend of the show also. Let's look at James Outman. Just another disaster. 2023 hit 248 with an OPS of 790. This year he hit 147. Oh Lord. 521 OPS. He only had 156 plate appearances, 136 at bats, 20 hits, four dongs. Made some nice defensive plays. Look at the Dodger defense plays. You'll see a couple highlights of him, but well, he did good with bat speed and sweet spot and walk percentage. Fielding doesn't have enough about his arm strength is good. Sprint speed is good. There's something there. Now let's go back a year, okay? We shall go back. Wait, that's 2022. 2023. All right. Still sketchy. Not but his fielding was good. Again, the sprint speed there. That's the athletic ability, but there's some interesting things here, right? XwOBA, XBA, batting average, X slug. Those are all low. Average exit velocity was low. Hit good barrel percentage though. Hard hit in the medium spot. Sweet spot. Hit the sweet spot when he hit it. That's what he's got to do. The chase was good. The whiff percent was rough. That was rough. K percent rough. These are some things right there. You whiff percent and the K percent. I look at that. That has to change. For him now, maybe he has to sacrifice a little bit of the home runs. I don't know. But he's a really good athlete. I still got my feelings that he could be pretty good. In fact, I think he could be really good ball player. Maybe it's not with the Dodgers, but right now his value is low, and I'm not ready to give up on that yet. But then again, we got the Diego Cartaya type situation too, where he's been down for 2 years now. But James and Bobby Miller both down hard, folks. Down really hard. So I don't know. We shall see about them. We shall see. So, and that's all I have to say about Bobby Miller and James Outman.
No.
I need that one.
No.
All right, I'm back. So that was. I just wanted to do a clip of that. I'll be clipping that and putting it somewhere else. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Showtime says still like Miller, still has all the talent in the world, but he's a head case, and it's an injury case too. It is. It is, but there's a maturing factor that's coming hopefully for him. I believe in that. I believe, even I look at like Blake Snell, and I see he's matured quite a bit, enough where the Dodgers really wanted him last year and a half or so. Hey, so JC7, yeah, we'll see about Outman. He also has options. So right now, Javier, if we trade Outman, we're not getting much. Changeup is his best pitch, yeah. Yeah, so you still got to have a fastball that's got a little something to it, so it's not just straight, because the velocity's there, right? Yeah, when he has control of it, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, D-backs could be dangerous. Zach Gallen. This is his last year probably with the Diamondbacks because then he's a free agent. That dude though was not quite what he was from 2023 because he went all the way through pitching a lot into the playoffs. Those things matter. Yeah, this is where I'm at. I'm not giving up on Miller as well. He's slotted to be in the back end of a 6-man rotation. We can live with that. I agree. Let me. I want to pull up my Canva here with the rotation, and let's see where that's at right now. All right, let me see if I can. I want to do this real quick. I'm going to change this to Canva. All right, y'all can see that. All right, cool. They have a lot of pitching. So these are I think the healthy pitchers coming through starting the 2025 season. Yamamoto and Snell, Glasnow. Those are locked in. That's the top 3. Gonsolin, Nat, Kasparius, Woroblewski. That's 7 now. Frasso 8, Miller 9, maybe May. Now I still like May as a reliever. Shohei Ohtani swears that he's going to be ready. I don't believe him. I don't believe anything that comes from any of these guys. They're always optimistic, and they should be. That's good for their mentality. For me, I just try to keep it real. I'm at Sheehan middle of the year. Clayton Kershaw is going to be coming back. He'll probably go right on the 60-day IL. And then the free agents, Roki Sasaki. And I still have Jack Flaherty there. You never know. If they decided to make any trades, I'm actually really high on Gonsolin right now. So if I were to say, hey, the season's starting today in the 6-man rotation to be the top 3, Gonsolin, Knack, and I'd try Bobby Miller and hope for the best with that. If not, we have a lot of options. Kasparius could also be really good in the bullpen. Wroblewski, he's throwing 97, 98. Someone had mentioned a Josh Hader comparison a couple months ago. Nick Frasso, who knows? He was coming off shoulder surgery. I always struggle saying that, shoulder surgery. So Frasso, right? But also could be a bullpen piece. Miller. So I see good options there. We'll see. We shall see. Dodgers are good at reclamation projects for other teams. They should be able to revive their own. Yeah, we'll see. Sometimes, though, Youngie, players need to change the scenery. That's one of the reasons the Dodgers are good at reclamation is teams that come from crappy teams with bad development. And they go, they can only improve with the Dodgers. Without just not everyone's going to be 100% on board. Not every coach is going to understand all the players. There's 180, 160, 180, whatever. There's a lot of players in that organization. They might get a couple wrong, or they might just go, you know what, we're just not connecting with this person. I don't know about. So Hepatitis asked a really good question. Has Bobby Miller had any surgeries this offseason? I don't know. As far as we know, he's entering spring training rested and healthy, right? Yeah, he's up, but he always gets off to bad starts with injuries. I like Miller, more of a Ryan Pepio fan. Yeah, Pep's gone though. We got Miller. I think Ryan's gonna have a nice, solid career, a good, solid 3 or 4 starter. Which Miller has so much variability. He could be a 1 or 2, or he could be a quad A guy. Pepio's a full major leaguer now. Osterberg, does Nolan A stay in St. Louis? Good question. I don't think so. But I don't think. My ear's bothering me. I don't think he goes to the Dodgers. I'm gonna take these off because it's hurting my ears. Gonson looked good in his rehab starts. Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I'm high on him. That's why I got him slotted where he is. Bobby who James who? Come on, Mike. You just dump guys, huh? You want to try to rehabilitate their value? Maybe they even become contributors again. They were really good in 2023. Both of them were really good. Gonsolin gets too much hate. Yeah, only one TJ, so he should still have his stuff. Good back end guy. I agree. I think with Gonsolin, nobody will benefit from the 6-man rotation more than Tony Gonsolin. I swear he was one of those guys that when I saw him and 21 or 22 especially, it's like, oh man, he's gonna wear out, and he did. And they just kept pounding him in there, and then in 2023 he kept going because, well, they needed him. um, let's see. Let's see. Dodgers need to open up some roster spots. Yeah, but you don't just give them away. They still have value, and they might have a lot more value. Put it this way: if I'm some team, I'm going to come knocking on the Dodgers' door for both those guys. But if it's some team, that doesn't develop players well, then it'll be terrible. Um, hepatitis, 2 TGs is the pitcher's death. Not all the time, but it's not good. That's why Bueller is such a questionable. He wasn't. If it was one Tommy John, he'd been gobbled up, but Dodgers probably would have kept him. I don't think they have value right now. That's the thing. Mike, I don't think they have value. That's the problem. That is the problem. Gonsolin pretty awful in October. Oh, he's been consistently awful in October. Very, very true. I think that he needs to be health. One thing is being healthy. And like in 2020 he was 2022 he was brutal. Even 2021 he wasn't very good. 2022 he was burnt. So yeah. Still not clear what surgery Otani had, TJ or internal brace. I thought it was the internal brace, but that's one guy I would trust not to lose his stuff even with the second TJ. Especially so, I don't know, hepatitis. I know I've mentioned it before. Is Otani to the bullpen? That's what I would do. So is Kershaw. Kershaw has had really a lot of good moments in October also. And well, even in 2022 he was the only one that got a win in 2022. 2023 was he shouldn't have been out there. He shouldn't have been out there. That's been the problem with Kershaw. There's been too many, and it's not his fault. The management does not put him in the best spots. They just don't. They haven't managed him well. Now there's been some other times where it's like, dude, that bad inning against the Cardinals between him and AJ Ellis, 29 pitches thrown, 28 of them were fastballs. Good job, AJ Ellis. Good job, Clayton Kershaw. Otani's closing out at least one World Series for the Dodgers in his contract, that's for sure. Let's hope so. Will Otani pitch in Japan? He says he is. I don't think he will. He's I don't know how, who knows how well his recovery is going. Yamamoto and Sasaki to start 2-game series. That'd be awesome. Yeah, Yamamoto will definitely get a start. I could see Yamamoto versus Imanaga would have been cool. Of course, the Dodgers. There was talk of, trying to match up Darvish Yamamoto, and they didn't do that. I don't see him pitching in Japan. He's recovering from major surgery on the left shoulder, which impacts your mechanics. So that has to be. I mean, and still for me, it's hitting is number one for him. I know a lot of people are counting on him. Are going, hey, man, we got Otani pitching. I'm highly questionable about how much he can contribute as a pitcher. I have no question about him as a hitter. We really need that, and maybe eventually he becomes an outfielder, when he doesn't pitch anymore. But I'd like to see him as a reliever. I think that is something that's that makes sense. What am I getting here? All right. That's what I see. I see him as a reliever, but you never know. Oh, ooh, that makes sense, Mike. Was Sasaki leaving early? Also, his reputation in Japan. um, I wish it was Dodgers versus Yankees in Japan, big markets. Cubs are actually they're big market, and they got Imanaga, so I think that's part of it. I really wish the Dodgers weren't playing in Japan, but I get it. And it's purely for me. It's a selfish reason. It wrecks spring training. Absolutely takes a lot of time away from spring training, and so I don't get access near as much as I want to because they're leaving and doing instead of and yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Just making sure. All right. Cool. Um, but yeah, I just wish it wasn't the Dodgers again. But it'll be good for baseball. It'll be great for Japan. I mean, geez, they're yeah, yep, absolutely wrecks the spring training plans. I mean, last year we missed out like on all sorts of opportunities to get into the backfields because it yeah. Yeah, MLB MLB going to be forced to give the Dodgers an out-of-state series every year to start the year in order to grow the game. I don't mind out of state. It's out of country that matters. um, but it's Otani. I mean, geez, everyone wants Otani. If they didn't have Otani, it'd be a different story. They wouldn't have done it again. But that's I'll take it if it means Otani and some more World Series championships. We got one. Let's remember two things about Otani. He did not have a good World Series. He was hurt, all that stuff. But the other thing is, they don't get in that World Series without that 3-run home run off Dylan Cease in game one of the first game of the playoffs. Huge, 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 huge. Let's take a quick look at Otani's. I got to change this again. At Otani's, at his playoff stats. I'm just curious. Where is my screen? There it is. Nope, not that one. Where is my screen? There it is. Let's look it up. I just want to see this. What did he do in the playoffs? First playoff, by the way. Of course, he was, remember WBC. What a season. 310, 54, 130, 197. Come on. Come on. What the heck is that? 9.2 WAR is a DH. What? What? Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish they had okay. Can we do more than just the World Series? Well, overall in the playoffs, let's see. 3 homers, 10 RBIs, 2 caught stealings, 13 walks, 22 Ks, batting average 230, on base 373, slug 393. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Where? Come on. There's the non-World Series stuff where with 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, 11 walks, 286 batting average, 434, 500 slug, OPS 934. So, and even in the game 5, remember, he got that little catches interference thing. So, Mr. Otani did quite all right for a first playoff. And he again, that we don't win that thing without that home run. That was amazing. And it's the passion he had, that passion, that was real passion, not those phony stuff. Let's see. Manfred wants Sasaki in LA for sure. Well, of course he does. Don't be surprised if Sasaki goes to the Mariners or the Cubs. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that. Yeah, and like Hepatitis C later says, if he wants to miss the playoffs for 6 years, then yeah. I mean, that's man. The Mariners, spend some money, people. Please, please spend some money. Make your team better. I mean, why the Mariners just go sign Pete Alonso? Just do that. Let's see. He wants to be the greatest ever. You can't be the greatest ever without being on the biggest stage. Can't hide within the shadows with these loser mid markets. Cubs shouldn't be mid market. Chicago. It's Chicago. They should not be mid market. They cannot act. They should stop acting like mid market. It's insane. Absolutely insane that they do that. But yeah, that bat toss was pure real. No phoniness. None of this. Like I said, Tatis is the worst um, with his silly little stuff. There's no originality. He's just being a weirdo. At least we have Ricky Henderson, rest in peace. He had his thing. He would pop but it was always a little different. It wasn't always the same. He had his thing, really rounding things. But also, Ricky Henderson was a Hall of Famer. Fernando Tatis he got suspended for steroids, and he did the stupid thing with his motorcycle, broke his wrist, and then making weird faces to fans and just silly. Not a fan. Trade him to the Dodgers to get fixed. Um, Nando, all these new commercials and news about Roki are completely different than what his agent said at the meetings. Yeah, that's all gamesmanship, right? It's all gamesmanship. Feels like that swing it changed the Dodgers' destiny. Yeah, that was that one, and then even though the Dodgers lost that game, that Bueller staying in for those 6 innings, and that grand slam from Teo in Game 3 changed everything. It got him back, and guys, then they did that bullpen game in Game 4. And the Padres made the mistake of starting Dylan Cease. It was so stupid. Thank you. And then Yamamoto, for the first time, nailed those Padres. Darvish pitched a great game, but the Hernandez brothers got to him, didn't they? Yeah. So we shall see. Oh, Carlos Garcia. Yeah, mutual interest between the Orioles and Jack Flaherty. Yep, that makes sense. The Orioles, though, man, are they really going to spend money? They allegedly have money now. Are they going to do it? Are they going to go and start investing in that team? Because that window's going to change. They're not getting the first round draft pick anymore. That changes everything. They're not getting that pick anymore. They're going to have to deal like the Dodgers. You got to deal from the bottom. You got to take you're going to take your chances on guys like Jaron Kendall and Cody Hosey that don't work out. So I wonder what there's the Dodgers not losing anyone other than Garrett McDaniels was surprising. Yeah, I've heard about the Giants too. Let's see. Padres fans trying to say the Dodgers don't protect their pitchers, but the Padres sent out Cease on short rest to die. Yeah. Well, Dodgers did that to Bueller twice in 2021. It was so stupid. Yep, take chance on the high school players. Absolutely. And pitchers that go to college, I don't want them. They're just going to break. See, Nando says if Dodgers get Scott, Roki, Kike, and make some trades, then this could be a monster of a team. I definitely, I think Kike's coming back. I don't think they need to do a lot, though. I think they're in really good shape. Getting Teo made all the difference in the world. I would like So let's go look at the playoff starting rotation was Flaherty, Yamamoto, and Bueller. All right. So they replaced Bueller with Snell. We'll make that trade. And to be honest, despite my love for Bueller, that's a great trade, and it's a trade I do all day, every day. Then Flaherty had some bad games, but he threw a lot of innings, provided a lot. He was good. He put it this way: you don't win this World Series without Jack Flaherty. Who's replacing him? Who's replacing the workhorse? He's a 3. He's a 3 or a 4. But you need those guys because Snell and Yamamoto. Well, you got Glasnow, so hopefully Glasnow replaces that. But is he? He's not a workhorse. 134 innings is his career high. Trade for Luis Castillo. Yeah, should have gotten him at the very beginning. I really wanted that guy. And prospects, suspects. It is the Dodgers' golden age, and allegedly, let's hope it is. We have 2 World Series in 5 years. It's not a golden age unless it's like 4 World Series in 10 years. So you got 5 years to get 2 more. You get 4 World Series in 10 years. That's a golden age. Exactly. Flaherty lined the pen up well for the rest of the playoffs with Game 1 NLCS and Game 1 of the World Series. Absolutely. Because we needed those innings burnt. And it was just one pitch. How is Kiki coming back with CT3 on the roster still? Picking up Conforto and re-signing Teo. I don't worry about that. That's not my problem. Not my problem. I don't worry about those roster spots. I think CT3, who knows what they're going to do with him. There's room for Kike. There's always room for Kike. Trust me on that. And I think they need him. I think they need to do the platoon with Muncy. Muncy's getting older. Yeah. So sad to see Honeywell go. Yeah, I think he'll be back. I think he'll be back on a minor league contract. He hasn't signed with anyone yet that I know of. Has anyone seen that he signed with anybody? I don't think he has. I think he'll be re-signed to the Dodgers eventually. Let's see. You think DePaula will be forced to move to first base? I don't know. That's a good question. I think DePaula has the talent to play the outfield. Just how bad do you want it? But first base might line up. I mean, Freddie's got 3 more years. And you know what? If Freddie decided to not play for the next 3 years and the Dodgers still paid him, it'd be still one of the greatest contracts of all time. Thank you, Freddie Freeman. Norm, hey Norm, I saw a Sporting News post that proposed trading Outman for Duran of the Twins. Yeah, if Minnesota took that, Freeman couldn't get the Twins on the phone fast enough. And it would already be done. Let's be honest about that one, huh? It would be done. Yeah. So, it's always weird. What are the Twins going to do? Teams like that. The reason the Twins, you got to go, well, can't sell because they're in such a rotten division. Why would you sell with such a rotten division? So I don't know. That's where it really drives me nuts to having to try to figure those teams out. Because really, you go, well, they always have a chance of making the playoffs, right? Only that means they're only they're going to make, because they're not going to win anything. They have to get real lucky. But they did put out the money for Carlos Correa. Let's see. Twins might as well just give up and give us everything they have for free. No kidding. No, I could see some trades going. I don't think they're going to give Outman away or going to give Miller away, but they could be packaged in some trades. At the same time, you can never have enough pitching. So I'm more likely to give up pitching than I am. Give up hitting than pitching. It's easier to get hitters. Pitching, you just never know. But yeah, I think Kike is going to be fine. And who knows? Again, what are they going to do with CT3? I mean, the guy did okay in the playoffs. He did have a bad year last year, but you got to break that year up, and he's still versatile. But I'd rather have Kike playing third base over Taylor or Edman. I like Edman in the middle. Um, mm, Minnesota wants to remain in the 110 to 120 million budget. Yep, just to make the playoffs. So that's why they move players going to arbitration because their salaries are spike. Go get him, Fleeceman. Go get him. Yeah. Well, I need to go and do something, which I forgot to put my chicken out to thaw. So I need to do that. I'm going to make, well, put it this way. I would go to Chick-fil-A plenty. I'm red status. But I'd never had their chicken tortilla soup. And I had that. And it was one of the best things I ever had. Absolutely one of the best things I ever had. So I'm going to try to make it myself today. Yeah. Who cheated us in the 17 World Series? Well, Correa. Yeah, I'm not. They're not giving him up. And I agree. I'm not a fan. I think he's very fragile. I think he's a good player, but I don't want him. Go thaw that chicken. Yep. If they can trade Lux, can't they put Kike at second? They could. Kike doesn't need to start during the season, just in the playoffs. And they could still platoon Kike with Lux. I could see that. Oops. Not receiving enough. So, okay. Well, thanks, everyone. I'm going to start wrapping this one up. That's the wrong thing. Where's my notes? Let's end it. Get back on it. Remember, if you look in the notes, there's a thing about my guy Josh Rosenthal. Take a look at that. We would want to see that dude get back to health. Seems like or Jonah, sorry, not Josh. Jeez, getting all confused. But let's end this. All right. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Happy 7th day of Christmas. Happy New Year, everybody. Good times, folks. This is a great time to be a Dodger fan. Enjoy the heck out of it. Have a wonderful day. As always, thank you so much. God bless and go Dodgers.